Welcome to another video on my channel. I know it's been ages and I wanted to drop this way earlier, but I couldn't find the right time for it, I guess. Now that this piece of corona is basically interrupting and cancelling this whole year, I finally have the time to. I wanted to share something super amazing with you. I'm still so happy and so lucky and so blessed because after trillions of years, okay, no, I'm just 19 years of waiting, I finally saw Madonna. If you know me, then you know that I love Madonna since I was like a little boy. And oh, ew. I thought that this would never ever happen anyway, but last month I was lucky enough to see the Madame X tour twice, and I've been to London and Paris all the way from Madonna, and it was the most amazing experience I ever had. It was just... Before I get into it, this is a quick recap of basically how everything has been, and I'll just clean my table in the meantime.
Guys, pictures later.
Hast du mich nicht gesehen? annoying because with this light I finally see the dust. So first of all, it was a phone-free show. That's why in this video you just saw there were no pictures of the actual show. And because it was not allowed to take any recording device inside the venue. No phone, no camera, no nothing. And initially I thought, what the f***? Like, what did I pay for? And in the end, it was a very good decision, because if you don't have the possibility to record, you actually watch the show and you're not distracted by anything, and you just have eyes for the actual everything what's happening on the stage. I noticed that the concerts I have been to where I filmed too much, I would end up not remembering much of it because I watched through the lenses all the time. And this time I remember everything, and that's really great thing about it. So this time she did not play inside huge stadiums or arenas like she normally does. She did a theater tour. She was inside this place where there was space for like 2,000 people, which was incredible. And so the whole show was very intimate, because even if you had a last row seat, you were still pretty close. And also the first thing that really made this so special is that she was talking so much. She was really connecting to the audience. At one point, she goes through the crowd and sits to someone random in the audience, and she just walks over and just sits down and is like, can I have the seat for a second? Super cool. Like, you know, yo, it's f***ing Madonna sitting next to you. I mean, I was not that lucky because I was sitting more to the back. But still, it really felt like this was really about the fans. You could really tell that she wanted this to be super close up, and she wanted people to actually get what she's saying. She wanted people to think about the messages and about everything that this show was all about. It was super cool. It was this weird thing. It was like, it felt like you're having a private date with Madonna. This 2 hours was just something I have never experienced like this before. You completely forgot time and space. And during one point, she actually walked through the crowd during the last song. I had a seat on the aisle in London, and she just passed by me. And like 2 hours later, I was still like sitting in my hotel room and being like, yo, what the f***? Madonna walked past me. Super surreal. Get off my street. Where was I? Then the show itself was also pretty phenomenal. Although it's, of course, if you watch something in a theater, you don't have like lights and fire and lifts and all these things you would have had in a huge arena or stadium. But still, she did most of what she could do. The stage was like a movable thing. The backdrops were like moved and changed for each part of the show, so they resemble different kind of things. During the beginning, it was like a stairs up and down, and then a segment later it looked like a balcony. And in this part, she had a brown wig and very Portuguese, Spanish kind of dancers and guitars on stage, and this whole segment was dedicated to her time in Lisbon. While the next segment, again, it was like the stage resembled like a labyrinth with like dead-end stairs, and during the encore, the stairs were like an X, and she was standing in the middle of it to perform like a prayer. They really did all they could. And still, everything was perfectly synced. Each move, each striking light, everything. Well, that's what perfection is.
Strike the pose. Strike the pose. I'm Madam X. I'm Madam X.
So thought through. That's just something that you only see at Madonna's shows. Like, no one gets to this level. It's true. Probably my favorite aspect also was that she did a lot of political talk during the show. It was like she had a lot of messages. It was all about, you know, gun control, women's rights, gay rights, the typical things she always stands up for. It felt very strong. Like, it was not this kind of, I'm just touching it. She was really like, you know, yeah, I guess you get what I mean. Apart from that, let me just tell you, she looks absolutely gorgeous. You know, this woman is 60-something and she just randomly does a handstand, and just an hour later, she's still standing there, still looking freaking hot, while I'm not even in my 20s. I already struggle to get laid. This woman is just iconic. And also, she went through like pretty bad injuries. She had like a hip injury and a knee injury, and then she also cancelled a show from time to time. but she still tried and pushed herself through, and that's like the highest level of professionalism. She really died for it. It's incredible. But my favorite part was probably Frozen. Not because just I love the song, just because it was super touching. She did it behind the curtain, and on this curtain there was a video where her daughter was doing like yoga poses in black and white, and behind this curtain Madonna was, but you could see through the curtain, so it was like you watched Madonna and her daughter melting into each other. It was totally mesmerizing and actually quite simple, but so touching. I could not hold back my tears during both shows. I cried like a baby. And then also the last part was pretty moving because the backdrop played a clip with like a lot of touching images from all around the world, and like lesbian couples kissing, and demonstrations on the streets, and crying people, and a lot of quite violently images. She was singing I Rise, which is also from a new album, to that. And then she left the audience with this message of I'll rise up above it. You did leave the venue and you were like super happy and super hyped, but also you were thinking, and that's something that I've never experienced. I've seen many shows, and also many shows where the artist tried to be you know, intellectual and move something, but there's only one Madonna that does it like the way she does. And literally it's like a month ago, and I still can't stop listening to the songs, and it's yeah, it's crazy. I also got some merch. First of all, I got a black shirt with her face on the front and tour dates on the back, as well as a tour program which is beautifully designed and also has postcards. Although you should keep them and not send them anywhere. It's so beautifully done, just like the little things, and yeah, I love it. And then I also got, like, I met this cute guy who had like a VIP package, and part of this VIP package were like 3 or 4 printed pictures, and I did a picture of them, and I was like, they are so cute, let me just take a picture of it. And then he was like, you can have one, and this is the one I choose. I love it. I'm gonna still frame this someday if I can afford a frame. Because, by the way, also, Madonna was the most expensive concert I've ever been to. For, like, both tickets, Paris and London, I spent about 1,000 euros. And then in the end, it was, like, probably 1,500 for everything. Yeah, so it was crazy, actually, if you think about it. Regarding the whole vibe that this woman puts on when she's on stage, I can just tell you guys, if you have the chance to see Madonna, you totally should. It's beyond. Also, if you think about how long she has just been doing exactly this, quite no concert has left me like this, and I've seen like a lot. There's only one queen, and that's Madonna. I suck at talking. You know, I haven't been doing this for like ages, and I have to start getting used to it again. Yeah. So maybe some of you guys were there as well. I would love to hear your experience from the tour in the comment section. Also, thanks for watching. I hope all is good with you, and I'll try to be back with another video, but as this account is a lot about traveling and Corona is kind of being a bitch right now, I can't promise, but I'll try to make it up. Anyway, see you around, and thanks for watching.